right, dogs are going to help on this one. This is, I thought it was 2 sealed woofers. He had it up on Facebook for like forever, for like $150. And then I think he had a buyer, and the guy bailed. I recognize this work of art. Homemade. The guy bought really nice drivers. I don't know which ones they are. I want to open them up with you guys. Here's the kicker. I go, that looks like something from Parts Express or Apex Jr. It's just a generic amp, but look how big the heatsink is. It's like 200 watt, 250 watt right there. Maybe even 300 watt. I don't know. What does it say? Fuse type is 5 amp. That means it's a 500 watt. Holy shit. Because 5 times 110 volts or 120 volts is how much? That's right. Good job. Good job on the math. Either way, I think the enclosure itself is worth $100. Well, let me take it home. So I had to drive all the way out to Oracle Valley, which, by the way, is beautiful. It's very deceptive. What was the name of it? It's not Butterfinger Road. It's... God damn it. Tangerine. It's another orange fruit. I don't think Butterfinger's a fruit. Maybe. I don't know. I barely graduated high school. Let's open it up and look at it. We got to pull that amp out because I think I'm going to sell that amp for $100 at least. But sometimes it helps when you're selling stuff if Parts Express jacks the fuck out of their prices. I swear to God. I was buying these at $1.57. These are amazing, by the way. And all of a sudden they jumped to $1.97. The fuck, Walmart? Just because I like them? Just because I buy them 4 at a time? Come on. Just as a segue, I got 2 of these fancy pants subwoofers, which, by the way, are a good deal compared to JL. So the 13W7 goes for like $2,000. This is like half that price. And I'm pretty sure it outperforms it. So, and then the guy, those are consignment. I put, I would never buy this stuff. And what do they salt? 6K. 2 of those. We got her on her back. We made a little bit of a ding, but it's got a rubber surround, and this is like a fancy pants cone. Like it's I'm telling you, these high-end manufacturers like Peerless, they do little tiny things to make their product appear better. Personally, I think these are on par with like Recoil RW series, which is like a 300 watt 12. So, but we'll see. So, but, and then brands like Audio Frog simply copy a Peerless product. They'll go to Peerless India and they'll say, can you make me something? They're like, we'll put a frog on it. He's like, good enough. And I'll charge $1,000 for it. Had to go scrub Sherry's back. I had the knife in here, but I think, I don't know. Don't want to fuck it up. What do I do? I think, oh, God damn it. I just have to say fuck it. I'm a little intense right now because if you listen to Your Mom's House, Christina P., Master Mom, talks about if her TomTom goes for more than 72 hours without busting a nut, he gets a little weird. Starting fights in grocery stores, doing all kinds of stuff. So that's why I say choose handies, not hate. And if you go to bluegloveforlove.org, all it does is forward to the Starlink Studios promo. But that's where I want to put rubber gloves in the movies for you guys. You guys really need to stop running around with stink palm. That's where your palm smells like spit and sperm. And then you come out of the house and you're like, oh, everybody knows I was just jacking off. We do. We do know that you were jacking off and your palm stinks. It's gross. All right, I got to shut off for a minute because Sherry's getting out of the shower. But I've seen people put double-sided tape as a gasket, which I don't recommend. I've also seen people just put like silicone caulking down and then put the woofer right in it. So let me try to get the amp off first, and then we'll let Sherry pass so you guys don't see her jubblies. I hate that I'm missing my tools. Oh man, look at that, so close. So close. And even if I can hit the screw, this is gonna turn. What do I do? See, I got the extension, but it's got this penis sheath. So I really need this, but in a number 2, not a number 3. See if I can make a number 3 work. Not a chance in hell. Yeah. This guy lived in a airplane hangar, which I thought was really rad, in a air park community. That means the whole neighborhood, they utilize the streets in between the houses as runway. And there's signs that tell you that. They're like, look out. Crazy motherfuckers coming through. This box is a little too big too, anyway, for if it was just sealed, even though it's one passive and one active. See, he had the option for spikes in there too. That's an insert. Again, this is all, it's a DIY copy of fancy pants loudspeakers that don't need to be like that. You don't need spikes. You don't need lots of stuff. I'm in one of the SQ forums, and there's so much misinformation there. I don't answer it all. But when I get in there, I'm like, this guy was asking about Toslink. I'm like, you don't need Toslink. Just get Bluetooth 4.0 or better. Bluetooth, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Can you tell the difference? No. Oh, that's right. You can't. Bluetooth is fine. We got victory. We got beef. Look at this motherfucker. He did birch. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if you can see that. Birch. And then he coated the whole thing with MDF, with 3/4 inch MDF. This guy really put some care into this shit. I mean, that's very nice. So this you can usually poke out through the air hole if there's an air hole in the back. And there is no air hole in the back. God damn it. Let's flip it over. And of course, the quick disconnects. It was so hilarious. One time I was watching CSI Vegas, and little cute boy, I forget his name, was examining a bomb, non-exploding ordnance, and he's like, he bolted it and he soldered it. What kind of maniac is? I'm like, that's a thorough maniac. That's called a proper technician. If you really want something to stay and be permanent, you take something like this that is non-permanent, like spade connectors, and then you solder them. Don't do that. Don't do that. One of the things that came up, and of course the guy that Cameron, who gave me these on consignment to sell for him, the Enclosure uses inch-thick plexi on top. And this thing is not made to be serviced. It's permanent. Stop building shit like that. Eventually it's going to go bad. Eventually your IROC Z is going to be sitting in your fucking parents' house with 4 flat tires. And it's going to have a rocking system in it. You need to be able to service it. All right, Jesus Christ. All right. These are high-tech cutters. So that now we can see what we got. Peerless. Boy, Patrick, you're fucking delicious. Peerless has, you know what's funny is Peerless was like the bottom of the rung for home audio. And then when they were consumed by Timpani, they decided to make it like, you know, fancy pants. But for a long time, all the way through the 80s and 90s, it was like the shit. It was like basic. Like, oh, Becky, are you a basic bitch? Do you have Vifa or Peerless or Seas? Yes. Yes, these are affordable. So, but they've been trying. I love this tooled frame, though. This is their frame. Nobody's going to use this one. But they do have peerless India. It says made in Denmark. And that may only be the sticker that's made in Denmark. Typically, these are made in India. So Peerless, the guys at Timpani, the parent company, saw the writing on the wall very early on. And 20 years ago or more, they moved production to India, not China. They're like, no, 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 no. And if you guys have never seen the Christmas cookie videos that were going around this year, they're hilarious. So that's what Indian factories look like. Not the Peerless ones, of course. But they just float the wires. There's a little bit of carbon buildup that I can see. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So he may have been rocking out a couple of drunk nights there in the airplane hangar, but they should still be good. So double stack, but it's petite. It's probably good for they probably rated it about 400 watts. Let's see, is the XLS series. Can't really, some of the numbers came off. CAT number 83050, and then there's like a missing digit. Extra long stroke with looks like a chubby 2, maybe a 30 millimeter coil. Let me Google it. Okay, yeah, it's conservatively rated at 300 watts. And then they call it program, which is really just max. But if you say max, you're a cheap piece of garbage. But if you say program, doesn't that sound better? So still a pretty good woofer. Oh, I forgot to get pricing on it. But FS is like 20 hertz, so pretty badass. $163. $162.99 at Parts Express currently. So still a really good driver. You can still resell them for probably $80 to $100 each. Or I can keep it. That's another way to go. If you can't sell it, you can always keep it. I usually like to keep the uglies though. This one's kind of a beauty. I really like that frame. And so that means this thing is overbuilt. And he said the other one is a passive driver. This is 4 ohms single voice coil. So we still got to get let me go look at that in the shed. Progress. A perfectly good passive radiator. It's weird to buy a pre-made passive because, well, it does have a bolt, so maybe this is interchangeable. Typically when you use a passive, you can use this box about half this size. This doesn't do anything. That is garbage. It's going in the trash. That's where it belongs. But yeah, if you were to cut this and then you put a passive like on another panel, it's fine. That's what Sunfire does. That's what TC Sounds did. So you don't need a box this big. If you're going to use a passive, take advantage of what the passive can do, which is make your box really, really small and still play awesome. Now that we are in the box though, you can see the amplifier. PSA 201B. So let me Google that. Well, I had my little baby one that was not keeping the tank full. So I got this for $60 on the Facebook Marketplace, and it worked for about 2 days. I think it needs more oil because it was kind of squirting oil. It's kind of old, antique. So and then I run the hose. To the tank that I got for, I think, $20? I want to say it was $20. Maybe it was $40. Some crackhead. He didn't have all his teeth. And they had just some sort of weird hose going in there. Anyways, I got a number 1 Phillips, number 2 Phillips, probably not long enough, and then I found my 3mm, which is very nice. It's so funny when people complain about how disorganized and messy I am. I said, I would love to be organized, but that doesn't pay the bills. See? Number 1 works fine. Sorry. There we go. It's even half magnetic. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay. So this one should also have tape in it so to keep it from coming out. Yeah, what's more important? Getting orders out or cleaning up? I vote orders. I think you guys do too. because I'm already fucking behind. Always behind. This was just a dude playing another dude who's pretending to be another dude. I gotta unplug that somehow. It's out. 120 volts. 500 watt max. I think it's like 250. And then maybe they conservatively rated it at 200. I'll look. I couldn't find anything on that part number. Focus. PSA-201 Bravo. But a bunch of weird stuff came up. So it's good as anything. Made in China. Hencho in China. Por favor. So that's it. That's it. That's all there is. I'll be selling these one by one. And if I cannot sell them, I will keep them and make something new. I will turn this into a car audio enclosure. You can even do like, you can put like a window here and then put a port on it if you want. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to put a board over it. Inside, outside, I don't know. But two sealed subs, I would probably do the recoil, the new L3s. L3 series, level 3, the yellow ones. That would be pretty cool. And then, of course, I could sell it as a complete package to home. Maybe people didn't want it because it was way the fuck out there in Oro Valley, which is like the northern fancy pants part of Tucson. Tucson is Jetto. It don't even get a hard G. It's a soft G, Jetto. So, but there's my Peerless DIY subwoofer that I picked up for $100. That I'll probably turn into $300, $400, $500 with all the sales. You can do this at home. Subscribe. What did the other guys say? Like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. It doesn't. Those are lies. I don't want to lie to you. Even when I get threatened, I don't want to lie to you. Anyways, if you want a high performance subwoofer and if you want to get into the GONZO Jr presale at a great price, we sold the last batch of 100 pretty quick. So, and this is just a tiny little thing that I'm doing personally. And I want to see you guys with high performance modular subwoofers. And eventually I would love to make them ubiquitous. You'll have to Google what that means. It just basically means like everywhere. Like nobody pays for farts, right? Well, some of you perverts pay for farts on OnlyFans, but most people do not pay for farts. They're like, I can make my own. Thank you very much. So, but yeah, I think this woofer probably costs about, well, the passive definitely cost about $12 to make, especially in India. And that is shipped, that is landed to the US. That was not a lot of dollars, but I'll be interested to find out what it goes for on Parts Express. What's the big reveal? $100. SS 12 PR. $100. So used rate is half that, so $50. And then used rate on the other one is 80, so that's 130. And then plus the enclosure. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for a compact 600 watt program subwoofer. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you.